And now let's quickly go through their concept of the false sin, death, eternal punishment, and end times, in which we learned that, quote, God's messengers have not come to save us because we are inherently evil, but rather to educate us because we are inherently ignorant and in need of guidance. And they do believe that, quote, sin has been transmitted from Adam to his posterity, that heaven is simply moving towards God. If you love justice and kindness, if you love truth, justice, and kindness, then you will move towards God no matter what you call yourself. They believe that the soul will continue to progress until it attaineth the presence of God, that in the realm of spirit there is no retreat possible, all movement is bound to be towards a perfect state, and that if one develops what they refer to as spiritual faculties, one can communicate with the dead, and they pray repetitive prayers for the dead. They believe that the universe had no beginning and will have no end, so therefore there's no end to time. And perhaps if we have time at the end of this class, we'll talk about Baha'ism's scientific views a little bit. Because obviously to claim that the universe had no beginning not only goes against previous revelation, but it goes against science as well. They claim that the day of resurrection has nothing to do with the gross physical body. It is an era which has now begun and will last as long as the present world cycle. So this process is not to end before 500 centuries pass. And they believe that the day of judgment is, quote, whenever a new prophet appears, it is the end of the world for the previous religious dispensation, and the day of judgment for the followers of that religion. If they are sincere and faithful to the spirit of their religion, they recognize the new teachings from God. But if they are merely following the outward forms of their religion, they will be spiritually blind to the new teachings. Now they do expect another manifestation, again, no sooner than 1,000 years from now, but they don't really have a clear concept of what will happen then. In other words, what will change then, except that to some extent they believe the new manifestation will follow in the footsteps of Baha'u'llah. They teach that the future manifestation, quote, are under the shadow of the ancient beauty, which is a term for Baha'u'llah. In their relation, however, to the age in which they appear, each and every one of them doeth whatsoever he willeth.